Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Angelica's Journal. Today I wanted to share a Dollarama, a shopping haul. There's Dollarama, there's Women in Need, I got a couple of things. Walmart, I got one thing. We went out to lunch and I got a couple of things. And then I got an Amazon package in the mail. So I'm just going to do it all in one video. So it's just going to be a general shopping haul. Before that, as you know, Sunday, we went for my birthday to the cattle baron. There's a clips of it on one of my previous videos. And then Monday I chilled. And then Tuesday, I went with my girlfriend and her friend. The four of us went to dinner here in the neighborhood and had a lovely time. And so that was on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, wait, what date is on this? The 3rd. When was the 3rd? Today's the 6th, so Monday? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, so oh no, that was last week. Was that last week? No, that was this week. Okay, so Monday, it wasn't a chill day. We ran some errands. And then Tuesday, no, we didn't go yesterday. Must have been last week. See, this is what happens when you get older. You get all the days mixed up. Oh yeah, so it's July 29. So it was last week. We went out for dinner in the evening on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was videos and stuff like that. And then what did we do on the weekend? Sunday. No, because the 3rd, Wednesday, Sunday, we went and ran errands. So this stuff I bought on Sunday. Yeah, because yesterday, either Monday or Tuesday this week, my twins came over with one of my grandkids, and then we all ended up going out for an early dinner, late lunch. So Sunday we ran these errands. Monday was a holiday. Nothing was open, or it was closed. It had Sunday hours kind of thing. So, yeah. So this was Sunday's errands. We shopping. We did our errands. We had to go for groceries. And so, of course, we did our usual run. So from this stuff is from Dollarama. I got these coloring books, which I wanted something, like everything I have is floral, or I have a lot of geometric, but I don't have anything with animals, or at least not much. So I got these coloring books, which there's a page in here like this where there's a whole bunch of dogs. Well, I could cut out each one, glue them on a page, and then the recipient of the journal can always color them in. A lot of these are like really big, so they would be pages in the center of a journal. Like, look at that guy. Isn't he adorable? Look at that. A bulldog with glasses. So yeah, I got this one. This one's mostly dogs, but it has that sort of like Mandela kind of pattern on the dog. Now, honestly, you could color this whole part like one color, or this whole part another color. You'll just have this pattern on it. You don't have to color each one. If you wanted to, you could, but you don't really have to color each one a different, you know what I mean? You're free to do it the way you want. Like this one's a 2-page spread. Like it's not even in the middle of a book. they're individual pages. So yeah, I would have to fussy cut this one out, or not use this and just use that part. And then this, I guess if I don't show tail and feet, I could use like this middle part, the pattern, and color it in and use it as a backing on something. Or not even color it in, just use it as a background. See, here there's some butterflies I can cut out. So that's why I like these kind of things. And then I also got a tropical one with like birds and lizards, iguanas, whatever. I think this one actually had a, no, it wouldn't have a peacock, would it? Or something that had that pattern. See here, you could cut them, the flamingos, you could cut each one out and just color them pink. Leave the tail feathers, just the body and the neck, do it in pink. I don't know what color their beaks are, I'd have to Google it. There, yeah, there is peacock. Look at this. I love peacocks. So these two I'm probably going to keep for me, but I don't know how I'm going to color it. I would have to remove them out of the book carefully and then just have it sitting in front of me thinking, and then slowly get them done. I love peacocks, and it's going to go on my wall. Anyways, so I got this. Look at that. There's even a snake. You could fussy cut it out so that you don't have that, and then just glue it onto the center page. You know, you could have a green geometric background on it, like he's going through the forest. This one you'd have to leave the flower on. You'd have to cut around the flower. But yeah, there are fun things to play with in here. Look at that. I can cut out the dragonfly. And in fact, I could cut it out, photocopy it multiple times, like maybe end up with 4 on a page, and then fussy cut out the page with just 1, and then the page with 2, because that's how you get 4 to a page. You do 1 photocopy, you cut it out, and then you put the 2 of them together on one side of the paper and you photocopy that, and then you'll cut that one out and put it on top of the paper. Then you have 4, and then copy that, and then that becomes your master sheet, that whenever you want to print dragonflies, you would use that. Or you can scan it into your laptop and then print it in a smaller percentage, so the dragonflies come smaller or bigger or whatever you want, right? So then I was thinking I could color them different colors, maybe use watercolors and kind of have it blend from light blue to dark blue, or green to blue, or whatever, pink to purple if you want it to. And you'd have multiple copies of them. You can make them all different colors, and then you could even just photocopy your 4 of them, 4 different colors, and that becomes your master one, or scan it onto the computer, and then that way on the computer you can put whatever 2 colored ones and 2 black and white ones if you wanted, or you can move them around. So yeah, you only need 1, and then you can do lots with it. Or I could print it right on a geometric paper. Like if I have a paper with a geometric pattern, the printer doesn't care what kind of paper you put in, as long as it's the right size. So you take, like mine are 12 by 12, so I would cut it down, and then I could put the sheet, like put the dragonflies the way I want it on the sheet, and then photocopy it, but have the geometric paper there, so it would photocopy onto the geometric paper, or on a newsprinted paper, or on a journal page. As long as you have the size of the paper, the right size for the printer, it can print it on anything. Yeah, so that's why I like these coloring books. Not only can I use it as a center page for someone to color it, but you can cut out things from it too, and then use it with your in conjunction with your printer. So that was the first thing on the list. Then I got so excited when at the end of the store, when I was done going up and down all the aisles, the last aisle at the end, I found this. Look at the glitter on this stuff. It is a gift bag. And they have all kinds. So this one is, I guess I would call it green. This one would be like purple maybe. And pink. And I guess blue, because this one's green. So then this one would have to be the blue one. Oh, this is green. So then this one maybe, I don't know. But whatever. Aren't they beautiful? Now, what comes to your mind when you see these beautiful gift bags? As soon as I saw them, the first thing that popped in my head was a journal cover. You open this up, right? You just, like, they were $1.50 a bag. Like, that is such an inexpensive journal cover. And the bottom part, you don't care about. Like, I'm not going to make a journal that thick. If it was more narrow, I would have left it intact. But because it's that big, I don't want a journal that big. So basically, you pull this apart. You open up the bottom. So this one's really glued well. It could hold a lot of weight. So there. Well, a little bit more here. All right, so you take the cardboard out, which you can use that as a ephemera card. So you keep that. Then you fold this. You open it up and you refold it so that it becomes flat. Right? So you pull this and then it becomes flat. So now you cut here and then you measure it, and I was thinking maybe cut, instead of cutting it here, cut it like up here. Use this on a page, and then that way you could leave this intact, right? The two ribbons. And then that would be the closure for the journal. So the journal would have a closure. And you turn it into a journal cover. I would take the sides off too. Like once you cut the length, maybe cut along here, make it flat, and then with your paper trimmer, cut along here. But basically, you're taking the bag apart, which I have other gift bags that I'm going to do it with. You take the bag apart, and then you figure out what size of journal you want. Now, if you want a journal that's this wide, then you shift this up so this goes here. You do not want to remove this because this is a nice, it's already got a grommet. It's a nice accent, right? So this can become your closure. Unless you don't want this as a closure, then you would just cut it off there and then measure how much coming down you want. And imagine, this could be another project of ours. There's 5 of them. I could make 5 journals right here, and it would have this beautiful sparkly finish on it. Oh, I saw this, and it's like $1.50 a cover, and it's a thick cardboard. Like, it can take a lot. So we don't even have to like put it between something, like put something between it and layer it. It's perfect the way it is. $1.50. I just thought that was amazing. So of course I had to get, and I was heeing and hawing. There were other colors too. I probably could have gotten 8 of them that were all different. But I decided that was good enough. Now, I have some prescription glasses that I bought at an eye place. It's been making my eyesight worse. I don't know. I suspect they made it for reading, like far, like distance reading, because these make my eyes worse, and I actually get occasionally a headache. Now, yes, it could be something else, but I honestly think it's the glasses. Well, I've always had dollar store glasses, and those glasses are fine for me to read because I only need it for reading. I don't need it for distance. So I got myself 2 pairs of glasses from the dollar store, a white elongated one and my standard black. And so I got that, which this one is the one I'm wearing right now. And, you know, they're both the same strength. The only thing is, if you look at the prescription for this one, like, they're beautiful. It's a rose gold. But if you look at the prescription for this one, it's the same strength as this one, but then it has a plus 125. So I think what they did was they made these a little stronger, or they added, I don't know what. And so this is made not only for reading, but also for the computer. The only problem is when I wear this, I can't have anything close. I have to have it at arm's length in order for these to work. And maybe on the laptop, these would be fine. But when it comes to reading a book or reading, you know, my receipt or anything, I have to hold it away from me. Like these, I can have it just normal. So anyways, I got myself 2 pairs of glasses, and the glasses, like, check this out. Reading glasses, $1.25. These were like $200. These, $1.25. And they're not messing up my eyesight. This one's messing up my eyesight. So, you know, everybody's different. I've come to realize dollar store glasses are good enough. $1.25 if I have to buy a new pair every year, or even if I bought 1 pair every month, that would be what, $15, give or take, by the end of the year. So over the next 30 years, like, that's nothing compared to having to buy prescriptions. And if my eyes get better or worse, I can always up it or down the strength of it. So yeah, I just thought that was pointless. Anyways, so I also got this. Now, it is a citronella candle. I don't know if it works on moths, but I have so many moths on my deck. It's just crazy. And that zapper, every night, zit, zit, zit. And I'm like, oh my God, there goes the moths. And if you look at the floor under the bug zapper, full of dead moths. Yeah, I gotta go clean that up. I should be doing that weekly. But anyways, so I thought maybe a citronella candle will work. The reason why I was thinking that it might work from my balcony is because look at the pot. Isn't she beautiful? It has little feet on it. And it's green and white. And I thought it'd be a beautiful planter. When the wax is done with, I'll check the coating on the inside. If I have to, I'll seal the inside. But wouldn't that be a beautiful planter? So for $4.50, I get the citronella. When that's gone, you clean it, and I get a plant pot. And this is heavy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's made of concrete. For outdoor use only, keep out of reach of children and pets. Burn no more than 2 hours. Do not unattend. Do not remove until wax hardens. Blah, 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 blah. But nothing about the material it's made of. But this is really heavy. I wouldn't be surprised if it was concrete. Okay, so that one's done. Then I got myself this thing. A Lazy Susan. Now, for the dollar store, that is kind of expensive for Lazy Susan. But I was thinking I have this little shelf, the little shelf over there. I could put all my glues on here. I can put my stickles here, which I can't get to right now. I can put my stickles here. Maybe I could even put my scissors on here. And then I can put it right here on the shelf. Right there. And then if I need the glue, I can turn it, grab the glue. If I need the stickles, I can turn it this way, grab the color of stickles I need. Oh, there's also this tape. Maybe I can put just in the middle something to put this stuff into. But yeah, I just thought it would be great having it right here for whatever I need. Maybe I'll just put this right across like that. There. I don't know. I thought that was a good idea. Did you see that? Because this side is up and this side's up and then it comes down here. Now there is a place to put the shelf higher if I wanted to, but I only need my keyboard to slide under. So I don't need this higher. I'd rather have it lower so that it kind of has a wall. And so my turntable would go here with my glues and my stickler. And that's my sewing thread, embroidery floss and my needles for when I'm binding. And there's my speaker, my timer. This would have to go in here. Oh, I can leave it there. You know what I mean? I thought that would be really, useful to have right there. All right, I'll move you back. Okay, oh, a little bit more that way. There we go. Okay, what's next on the shopping list? Oh, and then I got some paints because I had bought some paints from Amazon. I think I did a video on that. They were half the size. They were only 2 ounce instead of 4 ounce. And I think the box of 24 was like $30. And I'm like, these are so much cheaper. And you always need black and white. I was looking for a brown. I couldn't find a brown. And then I was thinking the yellow and the red, because I've come to realize that yellow, orange, red, those I use more. Blue and green, I have like 3 bottles of different shades of blue, and I have 2 bottles of the green, so I figured I didn't need those. And then I thought I'd go for this one. It's called Cupid's Kiss. It's like a purple color, and I know I do have a magenta one, but I don't know if I have the purple. So, I got those. Add to my collection. What I need is I need to put a shelf on the wall that has all the bottles. And then any duplicates leave in the box. And then when it's empty, pull it out. I need to have a shelf on the wall for all my paints. So what I might do is take 1 bottle, stick it in my purse, and then the next time I go to a dollar store or I go, I don't know, to a liquidation place, like Wynn's or Value Village or anything like that, use it as a measurement so that I know what size I need to put all these bottles. I won't be buying the 2 ounce ones anymore. I'm going to stick to the 4 ounce ones. These are perfect for me. Anyway, so that's another thing I got. All right. And then I got some more of these. Now, these are the ones I was saying aren't very good for tags. But I am going to go through a phase of doing a bunch of closures. And I think this is perfect for closures. You could put the bigger beads on it. I probably could thread it through a silver, like a silver dangle for at the end. instead of tying it, I might glue it, or I can get those metal pieces that'll squeeze and hold it together, and then I can have a dangle, and then this is all beads, and it would be a tie on a journal. And so when I saw there was other colors than the ones I have, I'm like, okay, well, these were $1.25. Oh, right there, $1.25. 15 feet. So I figure, well, that can be a few journals, at least 2 or 3, and they'd be different colors, right? Maybe for those bags, instead of using the grommets with the ribbon, maybe I'll put this on it and just wrap it. So I got more, but in different colors than what I have. And then this is one of the colors that I don't have very many of. This, I saw it in the store as red, but I don't know until I take this thing off. Yeah, it is a red. It's kind of a pinky red, but it is a red. So that's why. I couldn't remember the other colors I needed, so I need to write it down on my grocery list. And then I got this because this is burlap, but it's kind of like a ribbon. So I thought I could use that for the journals. Either a tie, or as a border on one of the pages, or I don't know. I just thought, I don't have it. We like variety, don't we? And then I bought these two. Now, these were the only 2 colors they had, but I use these kind of things to put, oh, what did they do here? All right, take the tag off. Remember, you keep your tags because you can make ephemera with it. So not only does it come with this clear one, but it comes with 2 more inside. Now this one, I was thinking my tools, like I have all kinds of tools for using for different things on a journal. I could put my tools in here. This one, well, mind you, I like that jar, but I was thinking you could put embroidery thread in here. You could put, I don't know, all kinds of things. If I go to my granddaughter's and I want to do some journaling with her, well, I could put this in here, and this in here, and a couple of glue sticks, and there. You know, if I go on vacation, I could even take it with and do some in the evening when I'm chilling. Some people read a book. I could do a bit of journaling. You know what I mean? Like, these things are always good. And this clear one I like instead of having these bins with all my scraps, I could put like these paper scraps. I could put in one, and then the other one is the paper scraps, like with that's pre-printed, you know, like these pattern papers. I could put those scraps in the pink one, and then I have the 2 little ones from there and the 2 little ones from there, and then I don't need these bins, right? Because you want to save space. I have everything crammed in this little room, and it's a lot easier. Like, these get pretty big. Like, look at the bottoms of them. Like, it's pretty wide. You can put a lot in here. And, like, I shouldn't have more than what fits in here anyways. Like, I'm not, if I have more than this, then I'm not using up my scraps. So then I'll think, okay, I need to do a project with scraps. But these, like, you know, having those 2 together, like, that takes up less room. Like, look at it. The bin takes up this much. These 2 together will take up maybe that much. But not really, because then the top, you know, you have room to move, because not everything is going to be this tall. Some things are going to be shorter. So that's why I got these, so that I can eliminate some of these bins. So that's that one. And then, oh my, I really don't need these. This one I fell in love with. I love blue, as you know. And I think I might have a green one like this or similar. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I have something similar. But either way, you know, this one I can use for a guide because there's no flowers. It's blue. It doesn't look girly girl. It's more of a neutral or a masculine. Not so much masculine really, but you know what I mean? I could use this with Scott's journal. And then these two were because everything I have are birds, butterflies, flowers. You know, I don't have very many that can be used for guys or that is neutral. So I thought these two were good because they're pretty much the same except one's a black background, one's a white. Now this can be used as a base. You know, your paper that's only one-sided, like even stuff you print is one-sided. So then you can put this, instead of my geometric paper, I could put a napkin on it. And then on the napkin, you could do either gluing some stuff on, and this would be your base, and then just put stuff on it, right? I don't know. There you go. Or, of course, I had to pull out more. It wasn't enough. Yeah, so you can use it as a base, or like this one, you could, if you have a black pen, you could actually write on it. Or if it's this way, you could write on the lines. Yeah, not all the lines are perfect, but you definitely could write on the lines, right? And then this one is black. So I don't know, you can use, it has green and purple, maybe Halloween, or yeah, instead of pink it should be orange. Or, you know, you can use it, yeah, something different. So I got those guys. And then I saw these stickers, cats and dogs, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't have that much with cats and dogs. That's why I bought the coloring book. I just thought, oh, you know, like this would be fun. Like, I was looking for a bulldog. I couldn't find a bulldog on here because my daughter has bulldogs. But anyway, so I thought, you know, it'd be nice to have kitty cat and puppies. And then these are similar to those, you know, the ones, the wax seals. It reminds me of the wax seals. So I thought these would be fun to play with. Something different, right? And then I found these envelopes, or bags. And the reason why I got them, the last time I saw them, I had bought, they had the red polka dot. They had the kind of like a, I don't know, vintage blue stripe and a black stripe. And so when I saw that they had some new ones, I'm like, well, I need those. Now I have more variety, right? I wish they had more neutrals like black and gray and beige, and because sometimes you want a neutral for your journal. But I don't mind this. Like, I love these colors. These are all good. So now I have more variety. I, of course, have the beige and the white. I have a whole bunch of them. But a solid black I haven't been able to find. but that's okay. I'm not going to use black that much. The white and then the beige, well, not beige, it's like paper bag. It's like this kind of color. I have a bunch of those, so that's fine. So that was the last of it from paper bags. Oh, my bottles. So from the dollar store, I also bought these bottles. These juice bottles. They're made for juice. So what did I do with it? I bought 2 of them. They were $3.50 each. I don't want to tip it over because of the water in it. And, oh, this one I can tip a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. $3.50. Fridge bottle. And it holds 2.3 liters or 17.8 ounce. Now, if you look at it, it says hydroponics and soil. So I am now transitioning some of my plants. Like, I'm only experimenting on 2 right now. But then once those 2, if it does work, I'm going to put all my cacti in hydroponics. So they need a different fertilizer than soil plants. So it looks like all the nutrients sunk to the bottom on this one. So I'll have to shake it before I pour. But, oh, this one has a little bit on the bottom, not much. So these are my 2 watering jugs. So if hydroponics works, I'll do a video on it, and we're going to switch over my aloe vera, my jade. I think they're the only 2 left that are cacti that I want to switch over to hydroponics. I just have so many gnat flies. I've had them for years. They come and go. I never get rid of it completely. And so I thought, let's try hydroponics. There is a YouTuber I follow, Sheffield Made Plants or something like that. And he does hydroponics with some of his plants. And he finds that some of them actually grow better in hydroponics. So I want to test out whatever plants have still survived and are still with me. Specifically the cactus and the aloe vera. Not aloe vera, the African violet. My African violet was infested with fungus gnats. So if you have African violets and you have fungus gnats, you baby those flowers, because those plants, they can't handle it. And I think that's why I have trouble growing African violets, because I didn't realize how much the gnats love that plant. So, yeah, if you have gnat flies and you have African violets, you baby those African violets, because, yeah, I have not been able to get rid of them. So anyways, because I'm transitioning some plants, we'll see if it works. I don't know. The African violet is kind of whittling away slowly, but I did hear when you transfer them from soil, being planted in soil, to being planted in water, like hydroponics, it does take like a month or 2 of transitioning. So if they survive and they do transition well, I'll do a video on it. But yeah, so anyways, that's why I got those 2 bottles. It's for the 2 different fertilizers, depending if they're planted in like palm, or like set up for hydroponics, or if it's in soil. Anyway, so now we went next to Dollarama. Right next door is a Woman in Need Society, the Winds, and we got there right when they were closing. I think the woman said, "We're closing in 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes." And I'm like, oh my God, what's priority? And I was thinking books, because with books, you want to find colored papers that are vintage. You want to find some nice covers, interesting topics where you could maybe cut out pictures. And so I went straight to the books. They didn't have much to look at, but these two caught my eye. Now, this is a Reader's Digest. I'm just trying to see the year. 2002, so it's not that old. It's 23 years old. You can tell the papers are kind of starting a little bit, but even if they're only just starting and they're not that old, they're like 20, 30 years old and they haven't really browned. If you have books that have browned, you just put this away on your shelf. It'll look pretty. You can read the story in the meantime. And then by the time you use up all your brown paper, this one will get a little bit more brown. And if it's not brown enough, you can always just spray some coffee dye. You know what I mean? So that was for upcycling. So we're going to cut this part out and we're going to make a journal out of it. Or what we can do is like take out 3 pages, every 3 pages, take out 3 pages or something like that. Find the middle of each section and maybe just take out a few pages in the middle of the binding, which this one is so brand new, you can't even see where the binding is. Anyway, so that's another project. Maybe we'll just, rip out 3 pages, flip 3, rip out 3, flip 3. So then this will be thinner, but it's symmetrically thinner. And then we can add, like with the pages we rip out, you can make some pockets and tucks. And then belly bands, all that kind of stuff. You can use it as backing on ephemera. And it'll give room for all the things you add. So that's why I got that one. And then this one was a memory keepsake. And I'm like, oh my God, there's all kinds of ideas in here. Like here they show you how to make an envelope, a paper box. So it's a very thin box. Like you have, so think of it. This, you could make it into a journal. Or you could make it so that you can put a journal in it. Like so many things on here. This teaches you how to print on material. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be so cool to print on material and then that material become the cover to your journal. Like they give you all kinds of ideas. Here to bind the booklet, making the pages. Like this is journaling. Some of it, there was some layouts for scrapbooking. Here's a postcard box. So you can take one of those inexpensive boxes from the dollar store and then you can decorate it and color it and then put a card on the cover and just store all your cards in it. So when you want a postcard to make an ephemera or a pocket or something, you can just pull that box off the shelf, pick a card, add it to your collection. So it's a nice way of displaying and a tool that you need to make your journals, but it's a nice way of displaying it so you don't have just like a bunch of clutter everywhere. It actually is pretty clutter, you know what I mean? And then it doesn't look so, like it doesn't pull you down. For me, it pulls me down. And then here they show you how to do the background, different backgrounds. Collage, a pillow. But just because it's a pillow doesn't mean you have to do it as a pillow. You do it on the material, but then instead of making it into a pillow, you make it into a journal. Unless you want it pillow. See here they decorated a box. Said Dad. And I guess this is souvenirs of Dad and his name. And then look at this. Like this is it looks like a plant pot. And then it looks like they put a sandy clay. So maybe it's even concrete or some kind of sandy clay. Because look, it looks like sand. It could be sand with Mod Podge glue too. But whatever it is, I'll have to read it. They put it over the plant pot. And then they stuck all these souvenirs inside the sand. See, it says in remembrance. So these are all memories that they put into the sand. Here's a page layout for your photo album. Here they show you tinting photos in various fun shades. But it looks like they put it on a canvas that's a box frame. The canvas that's a box. See, they put this down. They show you step by step. So anyways, oh, look at that. Even a like a memory box, but without the glass front. They used a drawer and made a memory box. Like, there's so many ideas in here that, you know, you don't have to use it in the context they're using it. You can just, like here they use picture frames. But you know what? You could do this, but have like 1 year old, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then the 14-year-old version and the 1-year-old, you could see how she grew, how she changed over the years. Or you could do this for grade school. Kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then maybe right before she gets married. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, you can even do this in a journal. Just instead of it being a metal frame, you're using paper. So you have your picture, but then you put a paper frame on it. And you could do it in a journal. You know, you could do 4, 4, 4. So there's 12 pictures for 12 years. So I love this book. I will not be taking this book apart. It tells you how to do things. Transferring images. The sewing. You know, a basic sewing. Look at that. They took a ribbon and they sewed beads on it. Well, you can use this either a border on the cover of your journal, or you could use that as a tie. Mind you, you'd have to leave the last bit so you can tie it without anything on it, and then just have dangles. But you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I saw this and it's like, and guess how much these books were? The Women in Need Society wins all their books at this particular branch. I don't know if it's all of them. I'm going to be going to other branches too. But $1 a book, no matter what book it is, no matter what size, no matter what. $1 a book. So this cost me $2. That's cheaper than the dollar store. And it gives me so many ideas and another project that we could do. Anyways, then I had ordered Mod Podge from Amazon, and it was delayed, and that it said it would come at a certain time, and then a week before I get I look at it again, because I look at it every few days when I'm expecting something, because I don't have Prime, so sometimes things come early. So I looked at it and they bumped it 2 weeks, and I'm like, what? It's going to take 2 weeks longer? Well, I'm going to run errands. So you know what? I'll just buy it in the store. So I canceled the order. And when we went to Walmart for groceries, I got a 16-ounce bottle. Now, you want to know how much a 16-ounce bottle at Walmart is? Where is it? I think it was like 10. Oh, here, glue. $16.97 for 16 ounces. So it's basically $1 an ounce. The one on Amazon, I think, was twice the size. And I think it was twice the price. It was $32 or $34. So it's not much different between Walmart and Amazon. But the dollar store didn't have any. I was looking at the dollar store because I figure even if it's like a 2 ounce or a 4 ounce, if it's $1.25 or even $2 for a 4 ounce, if I got 4 of them, that would be $8 as opposed to the 16.97. But Dollarama didn't have any, so I ended up getting it from Walmart. All right, and then yesterday was Tuesday. So it was on Monday. Yeah, because Sunday we ran errands. Monday, my twins came over with one of my grandkids. And we played some games and had fun. To me, it was a birthday thing. I don't know to them. But anyways, and then we decided to go to a restaurant for, like, between lunch and dinner. It was like a late lunch, early dinner. We went to a place called Kinjo. It's a Japanese restaurant. And they have a little storefront, like, in the front. And so she got one of these and I got one of these. It's called Poke. It's a crunchy stick with strawberry. So it's like a biscuit in a stick and they dip it into the strawberry. So I thought that sounds pretty yummy. And then I love macadamia nuts. Pistachio, macadamia, and pine nuts are my favorite nuts. And they had one that was chocolate coated. So I couldn't tell if it was dark chocolate or not, but I thought I'd give it a try. I love macadamia nuts. And then my granddaughter saw on the shelf, my youngest one, these Hello Kitty things. You can get a pack and you get 3 cards per pack. And this is the way they come. I think it's 3. No, 2 cards per pack. And they come, the plastic cover comes off, and then you can open it up. And I guess it's an indent here, so you can put it around like this, and you can stand it up. Right? Because it kind of warps, so that it would stand up on your desk. And me, being a journal person, I looked at this, opened it up, and went, oh, I could turn that into a journal. That's what happens when you're so into a certain craft or into something. Everything you see, you can see a craft project in it. You know, I could make it into a little booklet and then put it inside of a journal. So, anyways, there are, I think, 27 different characters, different cards. So these 2 were the popular ones. She had 2 of these, and 2 of these. She was going to give me all the cards and said, make them into a journal for me. And I'm like, no, you know what? You keep those. I'll take just the doubles, like anything she has repeats of. I will take them and I'll make them into a journal. So we got another project, people. We got to make these into little journals. And then maybe she'll put it in her journal that I made her. I don't know. I haven't seen the journals I made them. So I don't know if they're still intact or not, or if they took it apart or what. But yeah, I'll make 2 little journals here. And yeah. So we have another journal making project. So that was Monday. And right before we went out on Monday, I got my last Amazon item that I was missing. I had made, I think, like a $200 order, but everything came except for one item. So I was, because I canceled the Mod Podge, so I got the money back for that. But yeah, I decided to buy a bunch of embroidery floss for my binding, my journal binding. Now, one thing I've noticed, like, it comes in 3 boxes in 1 pack. So that was 1 pack, and this was 1 pack. But what I noticed is I'm missing green. I have no green. And then I was thinking, well, these two, yeah, they're different. That's pinks and that's reds. But there's some pink in here. And then there's some white and then the peach color. That's peach, these two. And I'm like, is one of these supposed to be green? Because that's what I'm missing now is green. Granted, I have some. But I got a lot of binding thread for making journals. So I don't think I'm going to need any embroidery threads for a long time. And some of these colors I wouldn't use in a purple. This would be more of a neutral. But I just wanted to show you if I can find a starting point. I gotta figure out where they hide the starting point. I can never ever find it. My mom, 2 seconds, she can find it. I can't find it for the life of me. Are you supposed to take it from the... No, that's the inside. You can't pull from there. Anyways, this is what the thread looks like. I don't know if you can see. So it's not as thick as I thought it was. It does have numbers on them. Cotton, pearl, 5 grams. Oh, let's look at the cover. Yeah, they actually come closed. I just put the tops on the bottom. Singed and mesmerized twice. I don't know how strong it is. Oh, it is pretty strong. But it's so thin, it could rip the paper. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to want to put 2 or 3 strands together and twist them together, because this is very thin. It could rip the paper unless I'm gentle when I'm binding it. But anyways, I just wanted to show you. I have a whole bunch now. So I'm ready to bind a whole bunch of journals. And that was the last one. I can now take all my receipts, put it in my journal, clean up my mess, and there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that video. I was working on doing another video this week, but we had water leakage yesterday, and so now there's oh, and also my phone got stolen at Walmart. Oh, I didn't tell you that story. I was in the aisle and some guy asked me about where a certain product was in the store, and when I turned around, I almost got the feeling that his buddy was on the other side of me, because he was looking at me, and you know, like maybe he was just eavesdropping, I don't know. But I just felt like, you know, that was weird. But I brushed it off, continued shopping, paid for my order. We did a whole bunch of groceries, like $600 worth. Like, it was crazy. Food is getting so expensive. Anyways, and then we get to the car, and Scott's very particular about his car. He packs everything into the car, and so I just sit and chill and wait. You know, sometimes I'll munch on something, sometimes I'll have a drink, you know, just chilling. And then I realized I don't have my phone, and I'm like in panic mode, because the first thing that comes to my mind, oh, this is cool. The first thing that comes to my mind is, oh, those guys stole my phone. And so, anyways, basically, I went to customer service, and they had my phone, and everything was fine. And I thanked the lady, the greeter at the front door, and she said, there was another lady that came and said that phone was hers. But we asked her to prove that the phone was hers, and she couldn't. She changed the subject. I mean, she changed the story and said it was her boyfriend's. And um, she's like, well, can you prove it's his? Like, where is he? And so they did not give her the phone, which I thanked her for, because it wasn't that girl's phone, it was my phone. And so we figured something funny was going on. And then I get to the car and I want to text my girls. I got my phone and I see there's this strange text. Now, keep in mind, this all happened while I was at Walmart. We were maybe halfway through our grocery shopping. And so then that incident with the two guys. Then there was the customer service, what happened. And then there's a strange message in my phone. So these three things happening, let's say, within an hour of each, or a half hour of each other, I thought, oh my God, something's going on. They want me to click on this text message, which made no sense to me. It wasn't proper English. And I might be introducing a virus in my phone, because I was not in possession of my phone when this text message came in. So I'm like, I'm not doing it. And I deleted it. And when you go to delete, it gives you the option of blocking. So I blocked the number. Delete, block, goodbye. And so, mind you, they did return my phone. So I don't think they stuck a virus in my phone, because they needed me to use my phone, is what I'm thinking. Because if anybody does something with your phone, they need you to then go into your apps so they can, or click a link if there was maybe a link in the message. I never opened the message, so I don't know if there was a link in it. And then that will carry the virus. Not a virus, but like, that's how they're going to get into your phone and take all your personal information. And so I deleted all my banking. I deleted my banking, my credit card, my shopping, all my shopping apps, like all those apps. First thing I did, I deleted them all off my phone. When I got home, I thought I had time to process it in my brain, and it's like, delete, uninstall. And so I uninstalled a whole bunch of things that is money related. And then my apps, I went into my social media stuff, Instagram, Facebook, and all that. Some of them you can't close on your phone. You have to close it on the laptop, but then it still stays open on your phone. There's some things you can't turn off. So those apps I can't turn off. But again, with time, your brain processes and you start thinking. I have a security thing on my laptop that I purchased and is good for 3 years, 3 years. I'm allowed to use that one on my phone. So now I have to install that antivirus protection, I don't know what you call it, onto my phone, because I already paid for that app. You know what I mean? Like, it came in a box and it was installed in my laptop. Well, now on the Google Play Store, you can download it. It's on there, and then I can sign in and it'll link the two together. So then it will protect both my phone and my laptop. But I forgot the password. So anyways, yeah. So I've had pretty busy week. And then yesterday was a water leak in the bathroom from upstairs. So I am still planning on Friday to do the contest, but next week I don't know. It depends because they have to repair the pipe upstairs first. Then they can come down here and clean up the mess. Well, like it came through the vent, so we may need a new exhaust vent. Um, Plus, I need to go to the store where I got the antivirus thing because I forgot my password. So they need to reset my password so I can make a new one. Um, and then I have some other questions about this virus thing. So since I'm sitting at home and I can't go to the store to get this stuff figured out, um, because I need the guys to come and work on that bathroom, I thought I'd do this quick video. And then tomorrow's Thursday, I'll prep for Friday's video. And then I'm going to be busy for a few days because I got to do that antivirus thing. I got to, there's a couple of other things I need to do. I need to go to my daughter because there's something I'm supposed to bring her from here. And my girlfriend probably wants to meet up for coffee. And so, yeah, it's going to be, so today I did this. Friday will be the contest. And then, so I apologize. The two winners from the first two contests, I've only partially packed the first one. I still have to pack the second one. And both need to be mailed out. So I've got to work on that. That's going to be delayed. Maybe if I have time this evening, I'll do that. Or tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. No, but I got to prepare for Friday's video. Anyways, I'm just thinking out loud. The life of a YouTuber. Alright, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that shopping tour. I'm probably talking too much. An hour and 7 minutes. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go. I hope you enjoyed this shopping video. Remember, do what makes you happy and everything else will fall into place. Also, please like, subscribe if you like my content. Yeah. Take care, everybody. Love you. Bye for now.